Hello, I am Barry Dove from Southern Union State Community College. I teach electronics and robotics here. We'd have the Fanuc robots here that we train on. We have the R30IB Pendant, Teach Pendant, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today, is the Teach Pendant. A lot of the people have a lot of trouble with the Teach Pendant on here. The Teach Pendant actually gives you mobility to run the robot. There is, on the back side of this Teach Pendant, you do have what they call the dead man switch. It has 3 positions. Some of the students have trouble with it because there is an out position, there's a center position where you want to have it, where you want to run the robot, and there is a third position where you push it all the way in, and pushing it all the way in or letting it all the way loose will actually disengage all the servo motors, so it will stop the robot. Just in case you're inside of a cage with one, it will stop it and keep it from running into you or getting someone hurt. So today we actually are going to talk about along with the Teach Pendant, we do have the on-off switch up here for the Teach Pendant. You can actually, if you turn the Teach Pendant on or off, you have to have it on to actually do something with the Teach Pendant. You have a e-stop on there. If for some reason you need to stop all the operations quick, you just punch it and then you twist it and it will pop back out. So the Teach Pendant, it does have the on-off switch and also along with the e-stop. So the e-stop, you want to make sure everybody knows how to use that e-stop. Along with that, you have several functions. You have the eye function on here. The little eye function, if you can see, you can do a eye function menu. You go along with it, and it takes you from one position to another with that eye function. There's a shortcut key. So, and that's what we use it for, is a shortcut key. You have different positions on here. You have the menu button, the select, edit, data, function button. You have the help button, the display button here. If you hit shift display, you can either do a single screen or you can do the double screen, or you can actually do a triple screen. Some students get it into that double screen and they don't know how they did it, and so to get it back out into the main screen, to the first where you only have one screen to look at, you hit the shift and the DISP button. It comes up where you can either do single, double, triple, tree view, single wide, double horizontal, triple horizontal, and the help diagnostic button. So depending on which one you want it, single is number 1. We hit the number 1. It takes us back to the wide screen. I've had students that could not figure out how to get it back into that wide screen after they got it into the double screen. So that actually helped them out. This Teach Pendant, if you're going to want to move the robot, you have to pull the dead man switch in to the first position. You have to hit the reset button because you did have the dead man switch out. Then to move a function, you have to hold in the shift button, and then you can push one of the coordinate buttons, and you'll actually see the robot move left or right, whichever position you hit it. You move it back and forth, and then you can set those positions to program the robot. But if you let go of this dead man switch, the little fault light will come on, and when you pull it back in, get it back to the right location, that center position, you have to reset it again to get that fault light to go out. And some of the students have trouble with that, getting that dead man switch in that center position, trying to get it to hold in where they can get the fault light to go out. So they have a lot of problems with that, so hopefully this will help them a little bit. My students will watch this along with hopefully a lot more people. Along with that, if you hit the select button, you can actually go in there and select program that's already been actually programmed, and you can actually pull them up. You can find one, hit enter, and it'll bring that program up. That's just a small program. So to run it, you would actually have to put the teach pendant, turn the teach pendant off, turn the switch on the control box to auto, and hit the green button to put it in automatic. The menu key, it brings up several functions. You see there, you got utilities, you see all the utilities out to the side. You can go through, you got a test cycle, manual functions, alarm, if you want to go in here and try to reset an alarm code, your I/O functions. So you can go in here and actually go to the robot I/O and go to the alarm. You can, and you go to the input outputs. You can go to the robot, and then that's where you can actually turn on the input output for the gripper, the grip on or grip off. You got a setup key, a file key, a user key, and then a next key to go to the next page. You have these edit key to go in there and edit programs as you have them up. Hit the I button and the menu key, and it brings back out to that I plus the menu key, or you can go to the other key to bring it back to the other position. You also have a place on here where you can actually see the vision runtime. If you've got a vision unit on your computer, you can actually see how much it has run. If you go to select a program to run, if for some reason that program won't run, you may have to go and hit your FCTN key, punch it. Number 1 up here says abort all. So if you actually got it's already in that one position, you can actually press 1 or press enter, and it will abort all the programs that was previously in the queue, so that you can actually run the one you're trying to run now. And that throws a lot of people off. If they go to and select a program, the program won't run, you need to hit that function key, hit 1 to abort all, and that clears it so that you can run the program. This is a pretty easy to hold. It's not very heavy, it's pretty light. It's one of the newer ones, so it's not real heavy like some of the older ones. We just wanted to get you sort of familiar with some of this stuff today. Along with right here, you see different ones. You see a type key, a create, delete, monitor. So you can actually use these function buttons along with the menus, select buttons, edit buttons to actually run the teach pendant. This teach pendant, without the teach pendant, you wouldn't be able to do anything with the robot. So it is very critical you know all of these steps on it yourself. You can actually change the speed right here. You hit the up or down key. If you hit the shift and down key, it'll do it by 50%. If you don't hold the shift key in, it just does it in increments of 5%. So that's on 30, it'll go up, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, so I can keep going up till I get to 100. And that tells me how quick my robot is going to move when I put it in. When I reset it, reset the default, hold the shift key, and press one of the function keys so that I can move the robot. So that's the 6 axes. They also have a joint 7 and a joint 8 down here. So they have 4 more buttons that you can actually use if you have one with 8 axes. So this will cover every one of them up through an 8-axis robot. So it's seems like it's pretty good. When I let go, you actually hear those servos kick out, so it will not run. Now it won't run if you press the buttons. You got to have that dead man switch pulled in halfway. You got to have all the faults reset. You got to hold the shift key in to actually move it to where you can program it. So you can hit the create key here, and you can go in and create a whole new program. That's where you start to do a whole new program. So this is the Fanuc training system for for Southern Union State Community College. We have, like I said, we have 5 of those robots. We have 1 in a working cell, and if anybody's interested, the Fanuc system seems to be a good way to go. Our students love it. They catch on pretty quick. It's not as hard as some of the other ones to learn, so they have a pretty good time. They have a real nice time learning how to run the robot and move it with this system. And I appreciate your time. And like I said again, I'm buried up from Southern Union State Community College in Opelika, Alabama. All right, thank you.